Hello everybody, this is Pyrowaffel bringing another exciting episode of League of Legends. And I'm finally gonna film a video with me as Volibear. And I apologize in the first place that I didn't post a video yesterday. I had one recorded and it was almost done. I was rendering, I was double checking everything, and I realized that my fraps turned off and basically cut off the last 6 minutes of the games. And I was pretty disappointed. I was at the Nexus, it was a victory screen and everything, and I was just saying my usual thing. And I was pressing F9 to stop the recording. And suddenly the number in the top left corner turned red. And that normally means that it's recording. But in this case, it should have turned yellow, so it should stop the recording. So yeah, that was about yesterday, and I didn't have enough time yesterday to film another episode. Also didn't want it to, because it was pretty frustrating, it was a pretty good game, it was a little bit longer, and everything I planned out. So sorry about that. But this game is a 29 minutes game. I'm playing as Volibear, I'm playing with my friends. So you could say we are pre-made. Both teams. They don't have a jungler, so at this point I don't know where Timo was. But I decided still to push main, even though it's not really that smart, but hey, I'm a bear. So I am allowed to do that. That's my reasoning behind it. And I flew Riven there and almost kill her, and then Timo comes out and basically saves Riven's butt in that situation. I mean, look at that. She almost died, and then Timo popped on the last second to save her. That was really funny. And Timo got a hell of a lot of minion damage there. He should get out of this area a lot quicker. I mean, he took half of the damage just from minions. Now they're both half health, so am I, but after all I'm a tank, so I still have more health then. So run after them. I'm gonna flip Timo, and I'm gonna bite it. Oh yeah, I was gonna bite a bit out of his head, but I accidentally misclicked and I selected one of the minions. So at this point I was a little bit, I wouldn't say frustrated, but I was so close to getting the first blood 2 times now, and both times I kind of it didn't really work out. But let's talk about the game a little bit. So we have our Castan is facing a Malzahar on mid, and then we have a Chaco and what's the other one on bottom? Chaco and oh yeah. I'm gonna talk about this in a second. And we have a Shaco and Blitzcrank on bottom against Jaina and Graves. What happened there in the jungle was our Renekton was pretty low on health, but he still tries to go for Golem, even though it wasn't his normal jungle path. But he had more health than usual, so he tries for it. Unfortunately, he failed. But that's okay. I flip Riven right there, and then again just bite her and get the first blood. I was just stupid on her part to dive me. If you see the little... A tip against playing against Volibear is if you see the little icon over his head, what looks like a bear paw, don't attack him. He has his frenzy up. It's his only strong attack. And yeah, and this actually does huge amount of damage. Frenzy does damage based on my health, so for a tank it's my it's a ultimate damage item. And at this point I'm just gonna go for Timo as well, and I heal myself just to get sure. And I less than the last second my raw came up, so I could finish Timo off with that. And now I'm trying to fling Riven in the turret right there, because I thought she was gonna overcommit, but luckily she retreated. At this point I thought it was a good point to go back. I can buy myself a Giant's Belt, and then teleport back on top. The other lanes seem to not go as bad either. I mean, the bottom lane is pushing at the turret. It's normally a good sign, except in this case it's Blitzcrank, so you have to be extremely careful that he doesn't pull you into the turret. And I think our Kassadin wasn't doing that great against Malzahar. If I remember right, he had some troubles there. But I'm back in the lane top, I'm gonna continue just doing my own bear thing. Yeah, so I mean, it's not very much. I'm just gonna farm minions now. They're both afraid of me at this point, and they should be, because I saw what I was gonna do to them if they come too close, and especially in turret range, because I can just easily fling them. A funny fact though is I played once Riven against the Volibear, and I was doing actually pretty good because of her quick dashes and stuns, so I kept the Volibear from getting so many stacks, and if he had, I was able to dash out quick enough. Here Renekton is setting up for a gank, but it seems like they have it warded, and they actually did. But Riven let the Teemo unguarded, and so I was able to put a lot of damage on him, now coming around and going for the kill on Riven, who I'm not sure is gonna get away or not. And at this point decided he's too far away. I was hoping he's gonna might get direction, so I'm going for Teemo again. And luckily Teemo, my sprint just went out, so I couldn't get up to him, and he got away. But it's not a problem, because in this case I'm not even now ahead of levels, but because the two on top just let me farm, I'm also gonna be ahead of gold, and because of the two calls especially. So I like the lane right now how it goes. I don't understand why the Teemo didn't do more pressure on me. He should have use his range to attack me and used Riven as a backup in case I tried to dive in for him, and that would have worked. If Riven would be there and every time I try to run, comes in, stuns me and then runs out, I couldn't been able to do anything. So they lacked in teamwork in this situation. Teemo staying back and uses invisibilities just, I think, out of defensive reasons. He was really passive the entire game. Riven thought, I mean, that means their ward is out. Riven dived in there to see if Renekton is waiting in there, because I seemed to be a little bit trying to drag him back, but I was playing a little bit defensive. That's normally a hint that they're up to something. It actually reminds me of a story yesterday. I was playing a couple games, and another really good game with Nocturne. What's my game? I was gonna post a game from Nocturne yesterday, a really good one. But I even played a better one yesterday. And what happened is we had an Anivia in the team. The Anivia did great, but the problem with that Anivia was that she didn't do the greatest job on. Right there, I'm just gonna bite. Oh, I actually use my ultimate. And use, actually I don't know why. Oh yeah, if I remember right, I was gonna use my frenzy on him, but in the second I came close enough, my frenzy actually ran out and I couldn't use it. So I tried to use my ultimate. What I could have done there, I could have hit Riven, and then it bounced off to Teemo to kill him. But Kassadin was there, and Kassadin got the kill. What is important because it's gonna help him later against Malzahar. But yeah, let's talk back to about the Anivia yesterday. Every time I was setting up for a gank and go in the bushes, she started extremely pushing the enemy. Before even trying to ignite, I was waiting for a good positioning to let them push, but suddenly the Anivia just walks up straight to the enemy and kinda gave it away that she is... I don't know, it was just weird. She, like I said, it's the best way I can describe it, but she just flow up to the enemy and ruined the game because the enemy of course retreated because of the aggressive behavior. Nico was smart enough to not just engage in that situation. I mean, it is kind of weird if a half health Anivia is trying to dive a full health. What was it? I wanna say I don't remember what it was. I think yeah, it was a Casitopia. But in the end, we still won that game yesterday, and am I gonna commentate about that? I'm actually not sure if I already posted a video about Volibear on my channel, or if this really is the first one, because I had a great Volibear games, but this is one of my favorites because of some certain scene what's gonna happen later in the game, and I'm really gonna tell you guys the story behind it. Actually, it's not the story, I'm just excited to show you guys. It's actually quite amusing. And Yeah, they're a little bit afraid. And I was just standing there now and waited. I don't know why. I should have got closer to get the experience. I don't know what I'm doing. And guess what? My red number is still up, so I'm still recording. That's very good. I'm keep looking up in the top left corner to trying to see the number and trying to check if it's still recording, and it is. It was just a shame yesterday. I don't know why it turned off. In other news, I kinda have good news, especially for my channel. I basically figured out my new laptop I'm gonna get for Christmas, and it's gonna be basically replacing everything. It's gonna replace the desktop and my laptop, and I already have it set up. The only thing I have to do now is wait till Saturday to order and buy it, and at that point I'm be able to and after Christmas, then therefore I can make much better commentary. So I'm kind of excited for that and looking forward to. I'm still trying to post I'm trying to post at least a video a day, and I'm really trying to post at least one League of Legends video a day. And as you guys could see, the bottom got ganked, but we got 2 out of 1. Do we get another one? I'm actually not sure. No, unfortunately that got away, so we got a 2-1 trade-off right there. And right there, they're both of us trying to dive me. And they're actually doing great job on. I can't speak English. Great deal of damage to me. What the Riven did wrong in this part, and that comes from somebody who plays Riven as well, she used the effect of her ultimate too fast. Her ultimate, she increased her range, and when she passes it again, she shoots these little blade things. And for people who don't know it, these blade things... Oh, that's where I die. Is it? No, I even survived that. Sorry. And the blade thing does more damage the less health the target has, so it's a finish off item. And she used it when I was almost at full health. Why I was thinking that I'm gonna die here is, when I rewatched, when I was at the winning screen and checking for the stats, I supposed to die in this video, and my entire team was confused, and I was asking my friends, do you remember where I died? And they were like, no, I have no idea. And so I'm actually excited, and that's why I'm kind of curious to watch this video to actually see where I died, because for some reason I can't remember. Yeah, spoiler alert, only die once. I'm just not gonna tell you the kills though, that's a surprise. So I'm seeing Timo right now heading down there, and instead of chasing after, actually I am chasing after him. Yeah, because he gets pushed back. So intercept him in the jungle, flip him, use his stun, get one more time, and then just bite the head off. Because if you guys didn't know, but Yodel come in little bite sizes for bears, so like perfect bite sized little snacks for the run. The grown snack for an armored bear. And flip. And she was lucky that my frenzy was on cooldown. But now she dives again, and then I mean, why? There was no obvious reason for it. I mean, again, if you see that icon above his head, it's not a good time to dive in. I mean, it has a 18 second cooldown in general, so keep this in mind. So when you just activate it, you may be able to do it, but don't generally do that. I'm personally, as a Volibear player, I'm just waiting for you to do that. Waiting to you to come in, trying to get a hit on me, and I'm gonna do a great more damage to you, and basically just run out. On the other hand, if you are able to survive that blast, the damage out of Volibear is going to decrease in the next couple seconds. Basically 18 seconds long, he's not going to do so much damage.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
And if you guys have questions about my builds, if you guys want me to talk about that a little bit more, please write it in the comments. I don't know, I actually generally don't talk about my builds. Most of the builds I use, I basically get a basic idea for the champion, and then afterwards characterize it with my own ideas to maybe think what fits both. So with the Volibear I normally go with... Oh, before I go into that, let me change topics again. Ignite against Volibear is a great idea, especially when he's about to die, because it decreases the health of his passive. Just wanted to put this out there. I realized that yesterday. Maybe people realized it earlier, but I noticed that yesterday and I thought it was a great idea to counter Volibear, because he can't heal himself that great anymore. But back to the build. I'll normally go with Warmox first. There's this other item.
Enemy has been slain.
I'm sorry that you guys can't see right now, but I really want to look it up. Here it is. Spirit Visage. It's another really interesting item, and I'm actually planning to build it. Next time I don't have enough gold, but in this case I was able to build a Giant's Belt first off because of the 2 kills. So, yeah.
Your turret has been destroyed.
So besides, my team is now ahead of kills. That's one thing, but unfortunately, actually no, we're not behind of turrets because we get a turret as well on bottom. So I take that back. So we are an advantage. Now I just called for Renekton to help me on top to at least get a kill or send them back, because they are pushing now pretty well, because I'm only half health and I blew my passive already. And Renekton's running back because Riven went in the bush and might get intercepted and separate me and Renekton from each other. And you generally want to avoid that. Oh, that's where I died, that's right. I fling him in the turret. And so right now I'm in three people situation right here. I know that I have heal, so I fling team on the turret. I use my heal at this point to survive a little bit longer. And then got the kill on Mazaha. But his freaking spell in the end got me in a delay. But I got the double kill out of it. And even protected the turret. So that's where I died. They're trying to gank me, and it wasn't really that successive. It was a 1-for-2 trade-off, and in my opinion, they shouldn't have done that. Especially when they know that I have heal. A little bug, what I noticed. Oh, I actually came with the skin. Riven there got the kill on Kassadin because Kassadin didn't pay attention. And I'm just standing there now. I don't know why. Oh, here we go. I'm sorry. Whew. So at this point the laning phase is completely over, so people just switching lane, and so am I. And now I'm covering mid. I know the Martha is somewhere close. Always very important. I'm sorry that you guys can't see this conversation, because again, we were all on Skype and we're talking. So there's not really much talking, but we are communicating quite a lot. Obviously, because we're on Skype. And I needed help on top, so I'm heading top now. Keep an eye on them. My main target is Malzahar. He's been in mid for too long. I don't know how much farm he got actually at this point. I didn't look it up. But I don't like him and I don't want him to survive any longer. But they went back fast enough. And we treated. Riven there trying to again go for Kassadin, but I'm easily just flip him over to protect our Kassadin from Riven. Who really shouldn't be underestimated. I have the feeling many people underestimate Riven, but if you leave, especially the Squishy, you should be afraid of her. Because her hits might be slow, but she hits hard. Except with Volibear, because I'm a bear. Right there they're trying to come from behind and get the gank. Now we just hustling around Janet to trying to protect her. And she's teleporting back. And there's Malda trying to go for the kill. So I get Timo again and flip him just over, and that's basically overcommitting his part, and then not the backup of his teammates. And then now they decide to go in by one, and while the team is fighting off Riven and the others and Trident turret, I decide to go after Malzahar. And funny things, you guys didn't hear it, but the Skype conversation was like, where did Pyro go? What happened to Malzahar? And I looked up in the lane and I'm suddenly up there and killing Malzahar. So it was a funny situation. You may if you guys don't think it's funny, you might have to be there. And again, I flip Riven to separate from my team. But it was funny. But it was not the funny part I was talking about yet. So just wait. And Blitzcrank again trying to dive the turret to get the kill on Janna. And again, my team and Renekton uses a stun, of course. Therefore, uses a stun on Blitzcrank on the turret. So Blitzcrank had no chance. Actually, no. What was he doing? We were on full health. Was the turret really that low? No, it had 900 health. So now we're trying to push top turret. I'm cleaning up mushrooms a little bit here and there. And we decided to retreat because we did the damage what needed to be done. So I'm going the obvious route to trying to find more mushrooms. Janna found one. And I'm assuming there was another one in here, and I found it. It's like camping. I went back to base and then just, of course, teleported back to help him out. At this point, I don't really care. I have so much health. And I even bought magic resistance against Malzahar. Because I actually, at this point, I thought him as the greatest threat. And I think even, yeah, and Shaco, I didn't actually know he bought a Deathfire Grass, but I just saw that. So he tried to counter me and other tanky characters. It was basically just me. And that's actually, as you can see, I was melting that really quickly. I blame it on the Deathfire Grasp. But he waited too long to activate. He could have made much greater damage, but it just took him too long. And we caught Blitzcrank there out of position. We know for a fact that that's the clone. So Catherine just decided to kill it off before it does any harm. And I was, at this point, I say that quite a lot. I assumed that Shaco was still somewhere in the top bush. And trying to get him out, I just went into a bush and just knowing he was there. And he was. So I was right. And then again, Teemo completely out of position, trying to hide with the Shaco, who can easily just go away whenever he wants. And we saw somebody here, yeah, the Shaco somewhere disappeared here. And I went back in case he went after Janna to kill her off, but he actually retreated. But as you guys probably know, or if you didn't know, you can't run away from Castellan. It's almost impossible. This guy can flash every 3 seconds. So please tell me, how do you even think to get away from that? I'm just about to push the turret, get some turrets here, but it's not too bad. So let the minions push. That gives me enough time to go back to base and regroup with my team or plan anything, just something. What do I'm going for next? I'm actually standing with base. Yeah, here we go. I'm going for my Force of Nature next, apparently. I was in a game once before where I actually bought a second Warmogs with Volibear. So my build was Warmogs, Boots of Mobility, Force of Nature, Frozen Heart, and the Shield, the Requiem, what it's called. Let me double check. That is Randland's Omen. Sorry, completely wrong. And that was kind of fun. The reason, yeah, I know that. I noticed that. I mean, I watched builds, especially on websites on the internet to look up builds. Oh, here's my favorite situation. Do you guys just saw what happened? I don't know if you guys noticed that, but let me pause it for a second. I'm actually gonna pause the video to talk about the situation. So my enemy team was in the jungle, got ganked, and got chased into the river. And I decided to show up. So the moment I come into sight, the entire enemy's team, while my friends are still running, I decide to run away, turn around and say, "Fuck, it's a bear," and just turned around and left. At this point, I knew they were afraid of me, and I kinda knew that we had the game in our pocket of that behavior. I mean, that is, "Fuck, it's a bear."
An enemy has been
And we were just laughing in the chat because it was just so hilarious that I showed up and they just turn around and run. I mean, it was a smart decision, but it just looked so funny. Right here, I just run after them, at least trying to go for the gangplank. What I normally like to do when I start running and I run into the minion wave, I activate my roar. So the minions getting feared, and I can just can easily run through them. And because Riven decided to help Shaco, I decided then to take out Riven. And we got Shaco too, because he couldn't. What happened here? What I assume is that he couldn't decide if he should jump in. And undecisiveness, if that's a word, and it's counters, and if it's actually really a word, it's a really, really tragic thing in League of Legends. You join. If you just stand there, you're useless. You commit, or B, you retreat. And here we go. Here's the win on our team. It was a GG after all. It was a really good game, but after all, I think we had the better teamwork, a better team composition. And I'm sorry for that lag right there. And my red lamp is still running, so it was actually recording. That's brilliant. And I'm trying to post this video as soon as possible on my channel. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it, then click the little thumbs up button on the bottom of the video. If you want to see more, what I'm gonna post, then click the little subscribe button on top of my video. And don't forget, every subscriber gets a free gift basket. And I'll see you guys next time.